Have you ever wondered if the healthy vegetables you eat every day could secretly harm your heart? As a heart doctor, I've seen seniors unknowingly put their health at risk, even with the best intentions, by eating certain vegetables the wrong way or combining them with medications. In this video, I'm revealing the 5 surprising vegetables that could be silently pushing your heart toward failure, and how to avoid these risks with simple, heart-friendly alternatives. Stay with me until the end to discover not only which foods to avoid, but also the delicious, safe choices that can help your heart thrive after 60, giving you the knowledge to protect your health and live with vitality. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video. You can help me continue to spread the old age lesson. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like this video, please comment number 1. If you don't like it, comment number 0 to let me know, so I can make a better video for you. Now let's get started. 1. Spinach. Spinach has long been celebrated as a superfood, packed with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. Its deep green leaves promise benefits like improved digestion, stronger bones, and even better heart health. For many, it's the go-to ingredient for smoothies, salads, or a quick sauté. But for seniors over 60, particularly those on heart medications, spinach can transform from a nutritional hero into a silent health hazard. The issue lies in spinach's high vitamin K content. Vitamin K is essential for blood clotting, a process that helps your body stop bleeding after an injury. However, for individuals taking blood thinners like warfarin, commonly prescribed after a heart attack, stroke, or for conditions like atrial fibrillation, NNN vitamin K can be a double-edged sword. Warfarin works by inhibiting vitamin K's role in clotting, keeping your blood thin to prevent dangerous clots that could lead to strokes or pulmonary embolisms. Consuming large amounts of spinach, which contains approximately 483 micrograms of vitamin K per cup of cooked leaves, nearly 5 times the daily recommended intake for adults, can counteract warfarin's effects. This interference thickens the blood, increasing the risk of clots that the medication is designed to prevent. What makes this particularly insidious is its subtlety. You might feel fine, your energy levels could be normal, and you may assume your medication is working as intended. Yet, in the background, excessive vitamin K could be silently undermining your treatment, setting the stage for a catastrophic clot. I've treated patients who suffered strokes or developed dangerous deep vein thromboses simply because they added daily spinach smoothies or large kale and spinach salads to their diets without consulting their doctor. One patient, a 68-year-old retiree, was baffled when his warfarin levels became erratic, only to discover his new, healthy lunch routine, a spinach-heavy salad, was the culprit. The key isn't to avoid spinach entirely. It's about consistency and moderation. If you love spinach, eat it in small, consistent amounts, perhaps a half-cup serving a few times a week, and inform your cardiologist or primary care provider about your dietary habits. Blood tests can monitor your INR, International Normalized Ratio, a measure of blood clotting time, to ensure your warfarin dose is adjusted accordingly. Sudden changes, like binging on spinach one week and avoiding it the next, can wreak havoc on your medication's effectiveness. Other vitamin K-rich greens, like kale, Swiss chard, and collards, carry similar risks, so the same caution applies. The takeaway: what you eat can either amplify your medication's benefits or sabotage them entirely. Spinach isn't the enemy, but ignorance of its effects can be. And if a leafy green can quietly overpower a prescription, what other healthy foods might be hiding similar dangers? 2. Pickled cucumbers. Pickled cucumbers, or pickles, are a beloved staple. Crisp, tangy, and the perfect complement to a sandwich or burger. They seem like a harmless, even refreshing, snack. But for seniors over 60, especially those with high blood pressure, heart failure, or a history of cardiovascular issues, pickles can be a salty trap that quietly wreaks havoc on your heart. The problem lies in their sodium content. A single medium dill pickle can contain 800 to 1,200 milligrams of sodium, sometimes more than 2/3 of the American Heart Association's recommended daily limit of 1,500 milligrams for older adults or those with heart conditions. Sodium, a key component of the brine that gives pickles their signature flavor, isn't just a seasoning. It's a chemical that profoundly affects your body. It causes your bloodstream to retain water, increasing blood volume and putting significant pressure on your heart and blood vessels. Over time, this added strain contributes to hypertension, high blood pressure, arterial stiffness, and an increased risk of heart failure or stroke. I've seen patients in my clinic who were meticulous about their diets, cutting out fried foods, exercising regularly, and even quitting alcohol. Yet their blood pressure remained stubbornly high. After some digging, we often uncovered the culprit: a small pile of pickles or other high-sodium foods like canned vegetables or processed soups. One 72-year-old patient, a former teacher, was shocked to learn that her daily pickle habit, 3 to 4 slices with lunch, was contributing to her uncontrolled hypertension, despite her otherwise healthy lifestyle. The danger of sodium is its stealth. Unlike a sudden spike in blood sugar or an allergic reaction, salt's damage accumulates quietly. Your kidneys, which become less efficient at filtering sodium after age 60, struggle to keep up, leaving your arteries more vulnerable to damage. Over time, this can lead to serious complications like congestive heart failure, where the heart can't pump blood effectively, or a stroke caused by a ruptured blood vessel under pressure. Pickles aren't the only culprits. Other sodium-heavy foods like olives, sauerkraut, and even some healthy, store-bought vegetable juices can pose similar risks. To protect your heart, opt for low-sodium or no-salt-added alternatives. When cooking at home, flavor your dishes with herbs like rosemary, thyme, or dill, or use a squeeze of lemon or vinegar for that tangy kick without the salt overload. Reading nutrition labels diligently and aiming for foods with less than 140 milligrams of sodium per serving can make a significant difference. But sodium isn't the only hidden threat in your kitchen. Another vegetable, celebrated for its bold flavor, could be igniting a dangerous fire in your cardiovascular system. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 3. Red chili peppers. For many seniors, food is more than sustenance. It's a connection to culture, memory, and comfort. A dash of red chili pepper in a stew, a sprinkle of cayenne on roasted vegetables, or a fiery salsa can bring a dish to life. That kick of heat is often synonymous with passion and flavor. But for those over 60, particularly with existing heart conditions, red chili peppers can light a dangerous fuse inside your chest. Hot chili peppers, including varieties like jalapenos, habaneros, or crushed red pepper flakes, contain capsaicin, the compound responsible for their heat. Capsaicin stimulates your nervous system, triggering a release of adrenaline that increases your heart rate and constricts blood vessels. In a young, healthy person, this temporary spike might be harmless, even invigorating. But for seniors, whose arteries are often less flexible and whose hearts are more sensitive to stress, this reaction can be perilous. A sudden surge in heart rate or blood pressure can push an already compromised cardiovascular system into dangerous territory, potentially triggering palpitations, an irregular heart rhythm, arrhythmia, or, in severe cases, a heart attack. I've had patients in their late 60s and 70s come to my clinic with complaints of chest tightness, rapid heartbeats, or unexplained blood pressure spikes, often after a spicy meal. One 65-year-old patient, a retired chef who loved his homemade chili, was stunned to learn that his beloved habanero sauce was contributing to his atrial fibrillation episodes. The problem isn't just the immediate heat. Frequent consumption of spicy foods can promote chronic inflammation in your vascular system. Over time, this inflammation damages the delicate endothelial lining of your arteries, increasing the risk of atherosclerosis, plaque buildup, and further compromising your heart's ability to function. This doesn't mean you need to abandon flavor altogether. Milder alternatives like garlic, ginger, turmeric, or fresh herbs can add depth and zest to your meals without taxing your heart. If you can't resist a little heat, use small amounts of milder peppers, like bell peppers or poblanos, and monitor how your body responds. Pay attention to symptoms like heart palpitations, sweating, or shortness of breath after eating spicy foods, and discuss them with your doctor. Comfort food should never come at the cost of cardiac stress. But if spicy peppers are a hidden threat, there's another vegetable, often praised for its healing properties, that can turn dangerous when eaten raw. For raw garlic. For centuries, garlic has been celebrated as a cornerstone of natural medicine, revered across cultures for its potent health benefits. From ancient Egyptian healers to modern naturopaths, garlic has been hailed as a heart-healthy superfood, credited with lowering cholesterol, reducing blood pressure, and improving circulation. Seniors, in particular, often embrace raw garlic as a daily ritual. Whether minced into salads, blended into smoothies, or even swallowed whole like a pill, in the belief that it's a safe, natural way to protect their cardiovascular system. And there's truth to garlic's benefits. Studies have shown that allicin, the the sulfur-containing compound released when garlic is crushed or chopped, can reduce LDL cholesterol by up to 10% and lower blood pressure by 5 to 10 millimeters of mercury in some individuals. These effects can be a boon for heart health when used wisely. But here's the catch. Garlic's power can turn against you, especially if you're over 60 and managing heart conditions or taking medications. Raw garlic is a potent natural anticoagulant, meaning it thins the blood by inhibiting platelet aggregation and enhancing fibrinolysis, the process that breaks down blood clots. While this can be beneficial in preventing heart attacks or strokes caused by clots, it becomes a dangerous liability when combined with prescription blood thinners like warfarin, apixaban, or even over-the-counter aspirin. These medications already reduce clotting, and adding raw garlic can amplify their effects to a hazardous degree, making your blood too thin. This increases the risk of spontaneous bleeding, nosebleeds that won't stop, bruising that spreads like ink blots, or, in severe cases, internal hemorrhages in the stomach, intestines, or brain. A 2018 study in the Journal of Clinical Pharmacy and Therapeutics reported cases of patients on warfarin who experienced significant bleeding events after consuming large amounts of raw garlic, unaware of its synergistic effects. Beyond bleeding risks, raw garlic's ability to lower blood pressure can also backfire. For seniors already on antihypertensive medications like beta blockers or ACE inhibitors, eating large quantities of raw garlic, more than 1 or 2 cloves daily, can cause an abrupt drop in blood pressure, leading to dizziness, lightheadedness, or fainting. These symptoms aren't just inconvenient. They can lead to falls, which are a leading cause of injury in older adults. In extreme cases, excessively low blood pressure can reduce blood flow to the heart muscle, triggering angina, chest pain, or even a heart attack in those with existing coronary artery disease. I've seen patients in my practice who, in their quest to be healthy, consumed raw garlic daily, only to end up in the ER with uncontrollable nosebleeds, black tarry stools, a sign of gastrointestinal bleeding, or fainting spells that left them shaken. The tragedy is that these patients weren't being reckless. They were following advice rooted in tradition, not realizing that their aging bodies and medication regimens change the rules. After 60, your liver and kidneys process foods and drugs more slowly, and your body's ability to regulate blood clotting and pressure becomes more delicate. Garlic's benefits don't disappear, but its risks grow if you're not careful. So, what's the solution? Moderation and preparation are key. Cooking garlic significantly reduces its anticoagulant and hypotensive effects while preserving its flavor and some of its antioxidant properties. A sautéed garlic clove in olive oil or a roasted garlic spread can still add heart-healthy flavor to your meals without the risks of raw consumption. If you're determined to include raw garlic, limit it to a small amount, half a clove at most, and always consult your doctor or pharmacist to ensure it won't interact with your medications. Pharmacists, in particular, are an underutilized resource for checking food-drug interactions. The lesson here is that even nature's most celebrated remedies have limits. If something as familiar as garlic can silently harm your heart, what about another food that's even more common, one that's fresh, crunchy, and often eaten raw, but might be harboring a hidden threat you can't see? If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 5. Raw sprouts. Raw sprouts, alfalfa, mung bean, broccoli, clover, or radish, are the darlings of health food enthusiasts. With their crisp texture, vibrant green tendrils, and reputation as a nutrient-packed superfood, they seem like the perfect addition to a heart-healthy diet. Seniors, especially those aiming to eat clean or manage their weight, often sprinkle sprouts onto salads, sandwiches, or smoothies, believing they're boosting their vitality with every bite. Sprouts are indeed rich in vitamins C and K, folate, and enzymes that aid digestion, and they've been marketed as a low-calorie way to flood your body with antioxidants. For many, they symbolize freshness and life itself. But beneath their wholesome appearance lies a serious risk that can undermine your heart and overall health, particularly for seniors. Sprouts are grown in warm, humid conditions, typically at 70 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit with constant moisture, which is a perfect breeding ground for harmful bacteria like Escherichia coli, Salmonella, and Listeria monocytogenes. These pathogens can contaminate sprouts at any stage, from seed to harvest, and because sprouts are often eaten raw, there's no cooking process to kill the bacteria. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, has linked raw sprouts to numerous foodborne illness outbreaks over the past 2 decades, with over 2,500 cases of illness reported in the U.S. alone since 1998. For younger, healthy adults, these infections might cause a few days of diarrhea or stomach cramps. But for seniors, whose immune systems weaken with age, the consequences can be far more severe. As we age, our immune response slows, and the body's ability to fight off infections diminishes. A bacterial infection from contaminated sprouts can escalate quickly, leading to dehydration, sepsis, or even endocarditis, an infection of the heart's inner lining that's particularly dangerous for those with pre-existing heart conditions like valve disease or heart failure. Endocarditis can cause fever, fatigue, and irregular heart rhythms, and if untreated, it can lead to heart valve damage or stroke. I've treated seniors who started with mild food poisoning symptoms, nausea, vomiting, a low-grade fever, only to end up hospitalized with bloodstream infections that strained their already fragile hearts. In one case, a 72-year-old patient with congestive heart failure developed worsening shortness of breath and fluid retention after a listeria infection from raw alfalfa sprouts, requiring weeks of 4 antibiotics and a prolonged recovery. The irony is gut-wrenching. You choose sprouts to nourish your body, only to expose your heart to harm. The risk is especially high for seniors with compromised immune systems, such as those on immunosuppressive medications, e.g., for arthritis or organ transplants, or with chronic conditions like diabetes or heart disease. So, how can you safely enjoy sprouts? The answer is simple. Cook them. A quick sauté, steam, or stir-fry at 165 degrees Fahrenheit or higher can eliminate harmful bacteria while retaining most of the sprout's flavor and nutrients. If you're buying sprouts, choose those labeled as Sprout Safe, treated to reduce bacterial risk, and store them in the refrigerator at 40 degrees Fahrenheit or below. Better yet, grow your sprouts at home using sanitized seeds and equipment to minimize contamination risks. The broader lesson is that healthy doesn't always mean safe. Your body at 60 or beyond isn't the same as it was at 40, and foods that once seemed harmless can now pose unexpected threats. If something as innocent as a sprout can jeopardize your heart, what about vegetables that are safe on their own but become dangerous when paired with common heart medications? Let's explore that next, because the risk might already be on your dinner plate tonight. 6. Leafy greens and vitamin K. A hidden conflict with heart medications. Leafy greens like spinach, kale, collards, and Swiss chard are nutritional powerhouses, packed with vitamins A, C, and K, as well as fiber and antioxidants that support heart health. For seniors, these vegetables are often recommended to reduce inflammation, strengthen blood vessels, and lower the risk of heart disease. But for those taking certain heart medications, particularly warfarin, a common blood thinner, these greens can pose an unexpected threat. The culprit? Vitamin K plays a critical role in blood clotting. Warfarin works by inhibiting vitamin K's role in producing clotting factors, helping to prevent strokes and blood clots in conditions like atrial fibrillation or deep vein thrombosis. However, eating large or inconsistent amounts of vitamin K-rich foods can counteract warfarin's effects, making it less effective and increasing the risk of clots. A single cup of raw spinach contains about 145 micrograms of vitamin K, more than the daily recommended intake for adults, and kale or collards can have even higher levels. If you suddenly increase your intake of these greens, say, by starting a daily kale smoothie habit, your warfarin dose may no longer be sufficient, putting you at risk for a stroke or pulmonary embolism. Conversely, if you're used to eating leafy greens regularly and then drastically cut back, your warfarin dose might become too strong, increasing the risk of bleeding. The key isn't to avoid leafy greens entirely. They're still incredibly beneficial for your heart, but to consume them consistently and in moderation. Work with your doctor or a dietitian to establish a stable vitamin K intake, typically 90 to 120 micrograms daily for women and 120 to 150 for men. And monitor your INR, a measure of blood clotting, regularly to ensure your warfarin dose is adjusted accordingly. Cooking greens can slightly reduce their vitamin K content, but the effect is minimal, so consistency is more important than preparation method. This interaction underscores a critical point. Heart-healthy eating isn't just about choosing the right foods, it's about understanding how those foods interact with your medications and your aging body. If leafy greens can complicate your heart health, what other common foods might be working against you? Let's move on to another surprising culprit. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 3 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 7. Grapefruit, the citrus that sabotages your heart meds. Grapefruit might seem like a refreshing, heart-healthy choice, low in calories, high in vitamin C, and packed with antioxidants like lycopene. But for seniors taking certain heart medications, this tangy fruit can be a silent saboteur. Grapefruit contains compounds called furanocoumarins that inhibit an enzyme in the liver and intestines, CYP3A4, which is responsible for metabolizing many drugs, including statins, like atorvastatin or simvastatin, calcium channel blockers, like amlodipine, and some antiarrhythmics, like amiodarone. When this enzyme is blocked, the drugs stay in your system longer and at higher concentrations, increasing the risk of toxic side effects. For example, combining grapefruit with statins can lead to muscle pain, weakness, or even rhabdomyolysis, a rare but life-threatening condition where muscle breakdown damages the kidneys. With calcium channel blockers, grapefruit can amplify blood pressure-lowering effects, causing dizziness or fainting. A 2017 study in the European Journal of Clinical Pharmacology estimated that grapefruit drug interactions contribute to thousands of adverse events annually, particularly in older adults who are more likely to be on multiple medications. The risk isn't limited to fresh grapefruit juice. Marmalade and even grapefruit-flavored supplements can cause problems. Even a single glass of grapefruit juice can affect drug metabolism for up to 24 hours. If you're on heart medications, check with your doctor or pharmacist before consuming grapefruit or related citrus fruits like Seville oranges or pomelos. Safer alternatives include oranges, tangerines, or berries, which offer similar nutritional benefits without the drug interactions. What should seniors eat to truly protect their hearts? With so many potential pitfalls in seemingly healthy foods, you might be wondering, what can you eat to support your heart after 60? The answer lies in whole, minimally processed vegetables that are gentle on your aging body, compatible with common heart medications, and proven to reduce inflammation, stabilize blood pressure, and nourish your cardiovascular system. Here's a detailed guide to heart-healthy choices, along with practical tips for incorporating them into your diet. Steamed broccoli, rich in sulforaphane, an antioxidant that reduces inflammation and protects arteries. Broccoli also provides fiber to lower cholesterol. Steam it lightly to preserve nutrients and enhance digestibility, which is crucial for seniors with sensitive stomachs. Try tossing with a drizzle of olive oil and a pinch of turmeric for flavor and added anti-inflammatory benefits. Roasted carrots, packed with beta-carotene and potassium. Carrots help regulate blood pressure and reduce oxidative stress in blood vessels. Roasting enhances their natural sweetness, making them a delicious side dish. Avoid pairing with high-sodium sauces if you're managing hypertension. Sautéed kale. While raw kale can be tough to digest and high in vitamin K, sautéing it with garlic and lemon reduces its oxalate content, which can contribute to kidney stones, while keeping its heart-protective nutrients like magnesium. Aim for 1 to 2 servings per week, keeping intake consistent if you're on warfarin. Sweet potatoes. These are a powerhouse of fiber, potassium, and antioxidants like anthocyanins, which support blood vessel health and reduce blood pressure. Bake or mash them with a sprinkle of cinnamon for a heart-healthy, naturally sweet dish. Avoid adding butter or marshmallows, which can spike blood sugar. Cooked tomatoes. Lycopene, the antioxidant in tomatoes, becomes more bioavailable when cooked, helping to lower cholesterol and protect against artery plaque buildup. A warm tomato soup or roasted tomato sauce over whole grain pasta is both comforting and beneficial. Legumes. Lentils, chickpeas, green beans high in soluble fiber. Legumes help lower LDL cholesterol and stabilize blood sugar, reducing strain on the heart. They're also rich in plant-based protein, which is easier on the kidneys than red meat. Try a lentil stew with herbs like rosemary or thyme for a flavorful, heart-nourishing meal. These foods work in harmony with most heart medications, are easy to digest, and provide a balance of nutrients that support an aging cardiovascular system. To make them even more enjoyable, experiment with herbs and spices like rosemary, turmeric, oregano, or ginger, which add flavor and additional anti-inflammatory benefits without sodium or sugar. If you're worried about bland meals, try roasting vegetables with a splash of balsamic vinegar or blending them into creamy soups. Healthy eating doesn't have to feel like a sacrifice. It can be vibrant, satisfying, and soul-warming. Thank you for watching this journey into heart-healthy eating for seniors. Your heart is a precious gift, and every choice you make can help it beat stronger for years to come. I'd love to hear from you. What's one thing you've learned today that you plan to bring into your life to protect your heart? Please share it in the comments below. and let's inspire each other to live healthier and wiser. If you like this video, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for watching.